Yes, people, and welcome to a match reaction. To the Nottingham Forest Liverpool game. I'm going to give my whole thoughts on the game, where I think it went wrong, where it went wrong. A blind person would know how it went wrong if you watched, but whatever. We're going to get into it. Just going to make sure the stream is still running up fine. The audio is good. Get them likes up, people. Get them thumbs up. But yeah, let's get into it. So obviously, Liverpool played at 12:30 today against Nottingham Forest away, and we lost 1-0. Yeah. Oh God, man. Where does it all go wrong? Well, we're going to start off by getting to the table, right? So we're going to talk about where Forest are on the table. Then we're going to talk about where we are on the table, and then we're going to speak about the game itself. So, Forest start at the day off at bottom of the league. They do move up to 90th league. They're on 9 points. They're on the same level amount of points as Wolves, Aston Villa, and Leeds, and a point ahead of Leicester. So the next game or two, they have a chance to get outside that relegation zone. And obviously, Liverpool, they're in 7th. I think that we was in 6th. We started this today, and we're now in 7th. So if Newcastle wins tomorrow, if Chelsea wins and Newcastle win tomorrow, it could get sticky in that fucking table. I'm not going to lie. Newcastle have a chance to go 5 points clear of Liverpool, and Chelsea have a chance to go 7 points. We'll be 7 points behind the top 4 after 11 games. Now, let's speak a bit about the game. So, I just... Where did it go wrong, man? So let's get actually pulling into this in. So obviously we did the preview yesterday, and we spoke on the preview where Forest strengths are in this game. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff. It's a Saturday lunchtime. Everyone's coming out for this game. The fans are going to be up for it. The players are going to be up for it. They're playing Liverpool. We haven't played Nottingham Forest for like 25 plus years or some mad stat like that, and we haven't played Nottingham Forest in the league for over 20 years. So they're 100% going to be up for this game. This is not going to be a game where they're just going to roll up, going to get slapped. As I said in my preview, I was actually quite nervous for this game. I think my score prediction was 3-1. Bro, you know the worst thing is there's a couple of points in this game where I thought it went stupidly wrong. I thought the substitutions I'm not a fan of them. Obviously, we're going to speak about the substitutions later. But in that first 10 minutes, you can get a real sense that Liverpool was not going to score today. And you can tell that Forest was up for it. The players was up for it. They absolutely manhandled us. Absolutely manhandled us and slapped us and battered us. It should have been more than 1-0 today. Liverpool did have, obviously, we obviously had a couple of chances today from the Virgil van Dijk chance, which we'll get into. But players like Cook, Yates, Kunahase, Onwenu, there was all of it. There's absolutely bodied us. And if you just watch Liverpool over the past couple of months this season, you'll notice we've been manhandled, we've been battered and beaten up in that midfield of the park. And that's where they targeted it today, with the likes of Curtis Jones and especially Fabinho. Fabinho playing like he is 60, even though he's 29. But whatever. And obviously the front three was just a mess. No chemistry, sort of no real link up going on there. You know the bad thing is about this game today when James Milner was probably your best outfield player. Yeah. James Milner made some incredible blocks and clearances today. It could have been more. Obviously, my man of the match did go to Alisson. But I just can't believe... you know what? I'm actually going to rewatch the goal back, because I've actually not watched it back. And I think I'm going to watch it back. I just can't believe what the fuck was going on. And obviously, if my memory is correct, the ball comes in and he hits the post, and it's basically a tapping, but the defending. So we're gonna get the goal up. Let's get this here. So it's a set piece. Gibbs White takes it. Look at that. And it has to focus. If it does focus. I don't know if it's going to fucking focus. I don't know if it's going to focus, is it? Right, whatever, it's not. But I'm going to basically describe it. So a ball is crossed in and it goes through all our defenders. You have got Robertson, Gomez, and Van Dijk basically not even marking them. Standing there. Joe Gomez is in shock that the ball has gone in. I don't know how he's in shock because there's no mark. He's not doing nothing. In fact, he just looks at the ball being swung in. And then Van Dijk does this fucking trying to back heel, flick it clear. Like, what? What? No, Virgil. One of the things that you are best at being a centre back is your awareness and using your brain and your IQ. He did not use it once there. All he bothered to do was just look. He was just looking straight, and then decided, oh, let's put a lazy leg back and try and clear it with his back foot. Fucking pathetic. It then hits the post, which Alisson is having to literally get down to his left to save it. And then basically, it's a fucking tapping. How is nobody fucking marking him? Genuinely, you've got Robertson, Gomez, and Virgil all standing all standing around him, but no one stood in front of him, holding him off, trying to do anything. They're just fucking standing there like scarecrows like this. Like, come on. Like, jeez, look. And then, I'm not going to lie. I did rate it. He didn't want to celebrate because obviously it's his former club, but you know he never played for us. And then you got Joe Gomez doing this. Like, I thought Joe Gomez was probably the worst player on the pitch. Some people may disagree. I thought Fabinho was definitely up there. And if you know me, if you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, you know I've been very critical of how poor Fabinho has been. Joe Gomez, how have you gone from putting in a man-of-the-match performance against Manchester City, the best team in England, to putting in an absolute fucking stinker against against Nottingham Forest? I thought some of the problems was with some of the players like Joe Gomez was today. They rocked up with the wrong mentality. I thought their mentality and their mindset was completely wrong today. Forget how good Nottingham Forest was. Their mindset and mentality compared to ours was non-existent. We rocked up saying, we've just beaten Manchester City, Rangers and West Ham in the past week. We're going to steamroll you at the City Ground. Easy. You've been shipping in goals all season. You're bottom of the league. 3 points. Thank you very much. We've got Ajax next. And you can tell that. You can absolutely tell that. Like, it's just gone back to shit. And people have been saying, is this whole season a blip for Liverpool? No, the past 3 games was a fucking blip. Joe Gomez today, and if you know me, I'm a huge Joe Gomez fan. I love Joe Gomez. But today, he was manhandled. Bullied. Absolutely bullied. And then you've got, we'll speak about Klopp's press conference reaction as well. But let's just talk about some of our results that we've had this season where we've actually been bullied into the games. So I remember Fulham. We got absolutely manhandled again in that game by Plafinia, by Mitrovic, by Reed, players like that for Fulham. Absolutely dominating the midfield. All you need to do to beat this Liverpool team is show a bit of heart, a bit of fight for the badge, and fucking run. As long as you try, you can beat this Liverpool side. Fulham we was manhandled and beaten up. Newcastle, in my opinion, we should have drawn that game. Carvalho scores late. Everton, we played Carvalho and Harvey Elliott at times in the pivot role, which was just getting absolutely slam dunked. Obviously, Napoli, we got slapped. Wolves obviously postponed. Chelsea was obviously postponed. Brighton, Liverpool, a couple of weeks to go. We was 2-0 down. No fight again to try and come back. Obviously, we got a point, got 3-3. In that game, never saw us really look like was actually going to score more goals. Roberto Firmino dragged us out of that game. We should have lost that game. Rangers, obviously, would be Arsenal. Arsenal, man. Oh, my God. The Arsenal game. We all know how young Arsenal's whole team is. They're like, average age of like 24. You would generally think it's in reverse of how you would generally think we're the young experience, not much experience had, but Arsenal did that to us, but in reverse. You then had Man City, which we deserved to win. West Ham, sort of, I would say, and then obviously Forest say, and we're going to get up the stats and our passing as well. Honestly, our passing accuracy, 86% to their 64. I'm shocked at that stat. I thought 86% was fucking generous. Curtis Jones, Fabinho, they was all poor in their passing today. We were obviously in transition. We was playing a 4-4-2 to try and obviously to help us defend better. And obviously we had Firmino and Salah up front. But we're going to get into their player ratings now. I made some notes of what my player ratings are. Then we're going to come back to the match reaction. So I can't speed this up because I don't want to get back to watching this game, the United-Chelsea game. But we're going to get into their ratings right now. Alisson, I gave an 8. I thought he made two really good saves where Forrest was in one-on-one. And then he basically tips it over the bar. Brilliant save from Alisson again. I thought... Genuinely, where would we be if it wasn't for Alisson this season, man? I think Alisson proves why he is the best goalkeeper in the fucking world. James Milner right back, I gave a 7. I thought he was actually all right today. I thought he made some really good blocks, some really good clearances. He was okay. It was just an okay James Milner performance that he's been putting in the past couple of games. Joe Gomez, I gave a 3. Virgil, I gave a 4. Robertson, I gave a 5. Elliott, I gave a 5.5. Fabinho gave a 3. Jones, I gave a 4. Carvalho gave a 5. Firmino gave a 5.5. And Salah gave a 5. I thought the player ratings was shocking, man. They're my player ratings. And obviously, Henderson, Ox, and Trent all come on. I thought Henderson just showed why he's on the decline at this football club. I love Jordan Henderson, man. I love him. He's a captain of my football club, leaded this team to a Premier League title, but Jesus Christ, he was well off the pace today. Oxlade-Chamberlain had the ball. I can't remember Oxlade-Chamberlain having the ball. The one time I do remember him having the ball, he put a cross into the box, and it was the shittest cross I've ever seen. Trent came on, nothing changed. I didn't get the Trent. I've been saying for the past couple of games, if you know me, I love Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Trent needs a long rest. I'm not talking 1 or 2 games. He needs a couple of weeks at this team. It's not only doing good for him on the pitch, it's not doing good from off the pitch because of how much abuse he gets online and stuff. I just don't think it's good for his mental health right now. And you can actually quite clearly see that on the pitch. But yeah, today was an absolute shambolic performance. Then you got Dean Anderson doing all this crap, and then yeah. It was a tit show from start to finish. I mean, I was thinking in that first 10 minutes, I can't see us scoring. I genuinely cannot see us scoring. Forest was very organisedly defensively, sat into their transitions. Everyone actually doing their fucking job, showing fight and love for the badge, while we was doing the complete fucking opposite. I just can't... I'm still lost for words. Joe Gomez, I can't understand how poor Joe Gomez was today. How did Klopp not take him off the pitch? We've seen him against Napoli when he had an absolute stinking performance. Klopp took him off at half-time, brought on Joel Matip. Why didn't he do that today? And that's where I sort of blame Klopp at times, where he leaves his players sometimes out to dry and saying, oh no, they'll turn it around, this and that. It was quite clearly it was not going to be our day. Some of the players needed to be dragged off at half-time. That just, I don't understand why not. Why not bring on someone like a Nat Phillips, a player that's going to be organising defensively? He's going to be able to deal with players like Owoni better because he's a big target man striker. That's what Nat Phillips can do. He's an old-fashioned centre-back. Why not bring him on with a point to prove as well? But no, that's where Klopp let himself down to with his favouritism. He's just leaving his players out to try for no reason at all. But it just proves that the past 3 games was a blip today. And it proved that. Obviously, we've got Leeds, Southampton, Tottenham, Derby in the Cup, and 2 Champions League fixtures left before the World Cup. To be honest with you, I don't know what. I was thinking yesterday, how many points could we get out of our remaining 4? I said, you know what? 10 would be the dream. I think Tottenham away will be tough. Tottenham have been really, despite how Tottenham have been in the past couple of weeks, they're still a good side at home. We should be beating Southampton. They're down there. Leeds, they should be beating, and we should be beating Nottingham Forest. We've not won away yet this season. Oh my god! But people, mate, I think what happens next is, to be honest, I have no fucking clue. It clearly proves that we had a reality check today. And it's no different from all the other games previous before that Rangers performance. That we've been shocking and out-battled and out-battled and out-battled and out-fucking battled again in the middle of the park. How many times are we going to keep getting slam dunked in the middle of the park again, outworked, outfought? And this is where Klopp can change his ways, but why not take these players off the fucking pitch? You've got 5 subs. Why are you only making 2 and 3? I don't understand. How are we getting manhandled by fucking Cook, by McKenna, by Yates? How are we getting manhandled by these fucking... Oh. And I thought the ref was crap as well. Not for us, for both teams. I thought the ref was just stop-start. And that played into Forest's hands a lot. And if you're a Forest fan, I think you'd be very happy with that. Because the ref played into Forest's hands a lot. Because it gave the Forest players to get back into transition. To get back into position, to get organised and keep focused, because the game was constantly stop, because of how many fouls, and the ref just came, like the ref just let it go, man. Like, Jesus Christ, like, you could genuinely be running for the ball and you could tap your shoulder and the ref like, foul. I'm like, fuck me. Poor Tierney's a fraud anyway, but yeah, people, I just don't know what to say. It's pain, man. It's pain. Get me to that World Cup. But then the World Cup will probably be shit as well. So, yeah. Just be May already. Just end the season. Null avoid it. The one season where we want to null and avoid the season, we can't do it. Why couldn't this be in the COVID season? But yeah, people, take care. Actually, I don't even know. What's the Chelsea result? I don't even know because I switched it off. I'll put it back on in a minute, though. I did say my prediction. That would be a 0-0, and it's 0-0 with half an hour to go. So that's interesting. But yeah, people, I love you all. We'll probably do a show on Monday. We're going to do a preview for the Ajax game. Predictions for the Champions League game. The watch-alongs, live streams, whatever, they'll all return from next week. But yeah, take care. Over and out.